What are they
Hello.
Hello, what's going on? Slice of life.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
It's we were out yesterday, so we are hungover
I'm
today.
drinking at 10 a.m. This is Texas.
Yeah, cheers.
Texas, buddy.
Modelo. Yeah,
Actually, you look more Texan than me, Luka.
yeah. And also, it was a busy day.
Oh,
Just doing
man.
some work, even though it's Saturday. We always work over weekends. So yeah.
Oh, man. All right, this is my friend Tim.
Hey.
Hi, Tim.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you
So,
guys.
guys, I watched the series of your making of Backsplash, and I binge watched through the whole thing. That's how awesome it was. I
Thank
mean,
you.
do you guys found the most peculiar topic to make a movie on, and that was just genius?
How is going? How well?
Is it in the
Heard about the
festival?
topic. We always thought that men's urinals are a serious topic
Yeah.
because they're a big part of our lives.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
go to bars, we pee a lot, we drink a lot of beer. So we were inspired by our urinal culture. So that's the reason why we wanted to make the movie.
It's funny because I'm a very OCD person, and since I was a kid, I always try to like find the physics, like the angle where you aim so it hits and it doesn't bounce back at you. When
Yeah,
I
it
saw that-
actually sounds stupid, but it's real.
But
Yeah.
it's actually
The
real.
whole thing is real. People actually did experiments, and we read a few articles about it. We researched for it, and we actually put it in a movie. So there is actually meaning behind all this.
I did actually identify with it, so you nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, and also it was very funny. We wanted to do something funny, a funny movie that people could, enjoy. So it was just like a funny idea.
No, I mean, yeah, seriously. I mean, watching the making of the movie, I mean, I gotta, hats off to your commitment to the practical stuff, which is a lot
That's
of
part
work.
of our style. I mean, we started doing miniatures for Slice of Life. That was the first time we tried anything like that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we just we liked the look that we were getting, the feeling of miniatures. It just feels different than CGI, right? And we just decided that from now on that's going to be like part of our visual style. So for every next movie, we'll probably continue using miniatures.
And we started around 2013, and back then, even then, like CGI was heavily in use, and nobody really thought about miniatures anymore.
Mhm.
And what's actually funny is that 11 years after now, it's even more cool because AI is coming. So miniatures are the antidote to that kind of thing. So
I
now
agree
we
with
want
you.
more use them, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, it's funny because we started in 2011 and we finished the first movie in 2013, and we were like you here. There was like nothing going on. CGI was there, and we wanted to make like an alien sci-fi movie. And then me and my friend went through like a whole process building a ship, like wood chipping. We're trying to figure out how to do it, contraptions, lights. And then it was just like too much work, right? And we couldn't figure out how to do it. And then we caved in and did CGI.
Yeah.
And we had a whole video like how we've made it and everything. And then it just went all to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a marathon.
Yeah, most recently we did another like alien movie, and we wanted so bad to do a practical stuff, like build a suit, and we're trying to learn how to cast and sculpt. I even sculpted an alien and all that stuff, but it was just too expensive and too time consuming, so we couldn't pull it off. So CGI.
Yeah. Well, this probably is more expensive, because you gotta. I mean, in CGI, for example, Blender is a free program. You just download it and you start,
I
making
use it,
stuff. Yeah,
all the time.
So of course, you don't have to spend any money if you want to do something in CGI. For miniatures, you gotta build them, make them.
Yeah.
You gotta have a camera. You gotta have a bunch of stuff. So
Actually,
lights,
actually, for me, that combines two of my nerdy passions. Making movies and miniatures, and I play miniatures and stuff and build terrain and things. So I enjoyed watching the making process of you doing all the building stuff and the weathering and all that. So, you know.
I know it looks fun, but
it's a lot of work.
People watching it have definitely more fun than we're making it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like,
one of your videos, you were like, okay, instead of, you know, hearing me telling you about paint and weather, let me talk about something else while you watch this. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, when it's condensed into like 10, 15-minute video, it goes by fast. Only the highlights are in there, right? But in real life, it's slow. It's a slow process.
The funny thing is, like, during we film, like anything, slice of life, splashback, we're always exhausted, tired. Luka is especially depressed. And then like a year or two pass, right? And you watch it, the making ofs, and we look at each other like, holy shit, like, that was fun, right?
Yeah,
it was a great time, but
we did.
Of course it wasn't. But you know, the optimistic memory just remains, and of course it's cool. You know, we enjoy it. It's just kind of like a lot. How you said, it's time consuming.
It is.
It takes a lot of time, and people don't actually care. You know, we spend a lot of time on it. You come home, live your normal life. And, you know, the girlfriends and the wives are asking, like, what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. But you just do it, you know.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. I mean, I've been there. You know, when I watch your videos, we understand your pain because we're in it. And most of the time we have like $0. We're like running around like crazy everywhere, doing everything ourselves. So I get it.
I'll tell you something interesting. In our surroundings, people don't, like, our friends, like family, they don't even get what we're doing. So Luka, when somebody asks, are you coming over to us? Luka has to lie. No, we're working, commercials, serious work. And that's
Dude,
I don't even say we're working on a movie in miniature.
Yeah, movie. That doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound like serious
a job.
enough.
Yeah, like a
job.
Yeah.
You have to paint a picture for them to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally relate with that because people will be like asking me like, "Hey, hop on this game. Are you coming out tonight?" and stuff like that. And you're like, "Dude, I'm working. I got all this audio I got to clean, or I'm on location."
Tim is a sound guy. He's always cleaning audio or redoing audio and foliage and all that. Foley.
Yeah. Definitely the audio guy in a lot of our projects.
No, let me ask you this. So, I mean, for backsplash, it seems like
it's called splashback.
Oh, sorry, splashback.
The word, splashback.
Backsplash.
It's similar. Yeah.
Let me retitle your movie.
Yeah.
For this one, you seemed like you had like a really good crew. Like, you know, you had a budget. You had like a lot of things to play with. Correct?
Yeah, this was completely different than Slice of Life. When we did Slice of Life, it was just the two of us and two other friends who acted in it, and we were just in a garage for, I don't know, years, right?
Yeah.
And this time we decided, like, look, let's just put in some money and let's try to film, because we had foreign actors for this one, right? We had
from England.
From England, yeah. And we just couldn't film for, you know, days and days. We had to film everything in a week. So we just had to approach it differently, approach it like a professional, you know,
but
movie
we're also
production.
curious because everybody says Slice of Life looks really cool. And then we say, yeah, we filmed it like for 6 years. And then everybody's like, well, you know, yeah, okay. Like if I did it in 6 years, it probably also would look good.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to prove to ourselves that we can do it like in a really short time. Let's say 8 days of filming.
Yeah.
That was a test, basically, you know, to try to achieve the same level of result.
Yeah, and just see how
professional environment.
How do we even function in that kind of an environment, right? Yeah. Because our day job is commercials. We do commercials.
Yeah.
So we shot a lot of TV commercials
with bigger crews.
With big crews, but it was always just 1 or 2 days of filming, right?
Yeah.
So we could just take our knowledge on that and apply it to the film, right? Yeah. And we just did the whole production ourselves, basically.
And it's also fun to go to actual different locations because it seems like you guys were bouncing back. I mean, how did you find those places? Did you get permits? Did they let you use places? I don't know how it works in Croatia, but
we spend a lot of money on locations. You wouldn't believe, like you have to like spend like $1,000 to shoot like in a toilet, like with lots of urinals.
Wow.
We paid like $1,000, or like the location where the NASA press conference takes place and where we shot all the NASA stuff. It's an old memorial center in a way, and we had to pay like $2,000 to use it for 3 days.
Wow.
So it's not actually cheap. And I'm a bit angry because Croatians charge us the same as they would like a foreign production. Let's say HBO.
Yeah,
HBO comes to Croatia, they pay the same price as we. And we're poor filmmakers from Croatia.
Yeah.
Somebody should change a bit the rules of the game.
They should to encourage like local filmmakers to do it. You know, like here in Texas. Here in Texas, we have, you know, tax incentives. You know, they have like these programs that supports filmmakers so they can come and do stuff.
We have them too. They're only giving them to foreign productions.
That's not fair. You need to petition your local representatives or whoever they are.
Yeah.
You know, because well, next time come and film in Texas. You see how we do it here. It's like, you know, a friend knows a friend. Someone works at a gas station. Can we film there? You know, we do it like this. And over here, they don't have like the movie frenzy thing. So you can film whatever you want. Like I can film anywhere here.
It goes back to that whole knowing like who you know, whatnot. Because a lot of locations that we, me and my friends film, usually know somebody who owns a business or is running one, and we give them like, I don't know, maybe like half that, like maybe $500, a couple $100. They'll just let us film in like an office or something. Because well, you know, you just need that shot for this and that.
Like one of my movies, you know, I asked my boss. We have this corporate office in the building. It's like, hey, can I film here in the weekend? It was like, sure, whatever. You know, I had the whole office to myself. You know, nice with the cubicles and fancy offices, and we try to cut these corners. And also here in Texas, he said, you know, I'm filming something, no one cares.
Yeah. No, believe me, we try to cut corners as well. The problem was this was a problematic movie because it's a period piece, right?
Yeah.
Everything needs to look like it's from the 60s.
And everything from the 60s belongs to the government.
So all of these locations were government buildings, right?
And that's expensive.
And that's why it's expensive. Yeah, you know, we couldn't just find something that our friend owns and
it's
just
easier
film it.
If it's a private owner, you just kind of like make a deal.
Yeah, you can make a deal, but depends on the project.
There's a lot of paperwork before you even get to pay.
Well, you see, when I did a period movie, it was like a World War II movie. So I had somebody here who had like, you know, 80 acres of land. Okay, here's a jungle, there's a river. Bunch of friends who are reenactors. Okay, bring your weapons and your gear. Let's go. $0.
Yeah.
So, you know, but doing it, you guys did it in the 60s. You have to have like people in suits and buildings that look like. Yeah. But good job on replicating the NASA building.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. It was an interesting thing to try, you know, to just do, because we always are all I mean, so far we did Slice of Life and this, and both of these movies are dealing with a completely different world that we have in Croatia. You know, first one is sci-fi, this is Florida, right? So it's interesting to try and recreate these things, you know, on small scale here in Croatia.
Yeah, the tropical look.
Yeah.
So
like we don't have palm trees in our city here where we live, right, at all. So these were all just miniature trees and stuff. So it's interesting to just see what's possible. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good, man. Now, like I said, next time you do something from the 60s, just come over here to Texas. We'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to. We will cut your budget. By half.
Yeah. Okay.
So is the movie now in the theater? I mean, in festivals?
It's being applied, to festivals. But the problem, we have a problem with it because we are basically incapable of doing an actual short film. We always try, but we fail.
No,
It's 30 minutes long, and Slice of Life was 25 minutes long. So it's hard to get into festivals when you have such a long movie. That's a lot for a short film, right?
Yeah.
So like we apply, but most festivals won't take it because instead of one 30-minute film, they would rather take 3 10-minute films, right? So it's hard to, you know.
Yeah, like the one we.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
we just like to have multiple scenes, and it's not a short film.
Yeah,
we should do one scene, but we can't.
And I mean, the ones we run here for like short films with 15 minutes is max. You know, it's easy to push it. But Slice of Life, I mean, that movie, it was like 25 minutes, but it was nice and intense. You know what? I watched it like several times. Mm-hmm. It just sucks you in. You don't feel the length of the movie.
Yeah.
When the movie
goes by fast.
When the movie is well made and the story moves along, you don't feel the time. So, and I haven't seen the new one yet, so I don't know, but that's what I got, the impression I got from the first one.
Yeah.
Slice of Life is a very simple story, which helps if you're having no dialogue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the direction is very precise. So we had to really plan each shot, each insert, and that's what actually feels good. I also watched like a week ago, and I'm totally detached from it at this point.
Yeah.
But I really like it. Just kind of like watching it as like an audience member.
Yeah, it was intense, especially the bathroom scene. I was like, it was intense. I watched it again. I was like, God, I don't remember it being this intense.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
That's a sequence. That's kind of like a Tarantino style sequence.
Yeah.
Like, multiple things happen. So that's why it's cool.
And it's funny that you guys did it no dialogue, right? Zero dialogue in the movie. Have you watched a movie that came recently from Hulu? It's called No One Will Save You.
No.
Okay, you should watch it. They made this movie and it was amazing. It's a full feature movie. It's alien sci-fi. The whole film too, zero dialogue. Imagine a full feature, zero dialogue. So that made me think of it, and they did it, and it's much longer.
It had technically one line, but there's like literally one line in the entire movie, and it's like
one word, and almost at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Slice of Life had also one line. The driver was hitting, like he almost had a crash, and he was hitting his wheel, and he was saying "fuck," but we bleeped it, so you can hear it.
Yeah. So that's equally justifiable. One line, you got to throw it in there. F word, that's good. It's always good.
Yeah. I do look. It was a good film school for us, to do a film without dialogue, because you gotta literally show everything. You can't. There's no way to explain it, because when people talk, they obviously explain what's going on, right? So it was an interesting thing to try.
And actually, Splashback is completely different. Splashback is full of dialogue. And now I'm thinking like our next movie should be somewhere in between.
Probably.
Because this is maybe too much and that was too little, so kind of like try something in between. That'd be nice. So,
Splashback was like a lot of dialogue. You have a lot of extras, a lot of busy scenes, and the urinals and all that stuff. It's intense. But also, like, no dialogue movies are a great exercise, because everything falls back on the actors. They have to convey everything, and also the pace, how you cut the movie. So it's more stressful, I assume, trying to pull that off than with people talking. So you guys do commercials full time, is that correct?
Yeah, we used to do them a lot while we were filming Slice of Life, I don't know, up until 5 years ago, and which is one of the reasons why we didn't have that much time to work on films. So it was going so slowly, the filming of Slice of Life. And then we just decided, okay, let's just cut back on the commercials and try to put more time in film. And I don't know, now we're doing commercials again, because films, I mean, we don't get any money from films, right? We just put our own money in films. You can't get back the money with short films, right? You would probably have to do a feature and then sell it somewhere. So we still didn't.
We had this moment, burn the bridges.
Yeah.
And we burned the bridges. And unfortunately, didn't turn into a great movie career. So at this point, we're just kind of like trying to pedal back with a little rubber ball. But it's okay. I mean, it's not that we're not planning. I mean, right now we're actually not planning to have a movie career because of AI, right? That's like the huge obstacle. I don't even know.
Why would you say that? What's AI has to do with it?
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a kind of like a huge cloud, right, standing over our heads, and we don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm a bit worried, but I'm not thinking about it every day. I tried, and Luka is trying to do our stuff, right? But still, I have a feel that things are going to change. And I'm just like sad, because all the young generations, we at least experienced the 90s, and the 2000s.
Right.
And all these kids that want to make movies now, they might never get a real chance,
I don't think, I mean, I might disagree with you on this. I mean, we had like an episode, we talked about it.
So.
Yeah, and then I've observed here, like, everybody's jumping on the AI bandwagon, freaking out and worrying about it. It's AI is a tool no different than any tool that was introduced throughout human history. You know, photography, everybody was freaking out. I'm never going to be a painter, you know. The cars, oh shit, now I can't drive horses. What the fuck, you know, and all this stuff. I think it's just an overreaction. It's just like, I guess, you know, humans have the tendency to always go negative quickly. It's like they panic. I don't think that's true.
But
think about AI.
Right.
You know, it's like Photoshop on steroid. That's pretty much what it is. Or like, yes, it can do stuff. It's a tool that might make your job a little bit easier and cut corners and help you with budget. But I don't think it's gonna. Unless Go ahead.
I have a very good actually comparison. One guy said, imagine a painter doing family portraits, you know, in the 1800s.
Yeah.
And now the camera comes out, and like the still camera, right?
Yeah.
And he says, how many painters do you now doing family portraits? And you know, and this is actually a valid point.
They still exist, but there's like very few of them, right?
Yeah.
Much more.
I mean, it's not a thing anymore. Everybody has cameras, right? Everybody's doing their own pictures. That's the point. So technology is powerful. You know, it is a tool, but you know, at a certain point, it's not just a gimmick. You know, because studios will probably. I mean, I don't want to delve into too deep, but I just think studios will cut costs. You know, people will build fewer sets. You know, they won't maybe use the lighting technicians anymore like they used to. We're going to be more in studios. We'll have finished backgrounds that are, you know, AI generated, you know, and people will lose jobs. And that way, you know, the industry will go, I mean, it will have to reinvent itself. It's kind of like, you know, the invention of sound on film. It kind of like did, you know, like a hard split. A lot of people, you know, lost their careers. You know, it's just kind of like a new thing, you know, and it was good for movies, absolutely. But this AI thing, I'm not sure that you can compare it to sound in the good way. Sound was kind of like an additional layer to cinema in general. But AI, I don't feel that's necessarily a good thing for cinema.
It will in the beginning because, like I said, people will go into chaos and start freaking out, and then it will adjust itself. Yes, there are certain things maybe in the movie industry that are gonna, like, you know, some jobs that are gonna disappear. Like, for example, the first thing I can think of is like, you know, background actors. Now you can like have, you know, generate a bunch of background actors, and you can have like a couple of your friends in the back, and you can do like, you know, a crowd and do stuff, which we used to do that anyways, but it will be more streamlined now. But in the analogy of the painter and the camera, now, yes, painters don't do family portraits anymore, but like they have their career is gone somewhere else. Now they are like doing fine arts and doing like more specific commissions and things like that. They still have, you know, they still have a career path. The camera is just taking care of things that, you know, everyday stuff. I want to take a picture with my son. Fine. You know, I don't have to hire a painter for that. But they do other things that you might hire them for, right? And I think that's where it's like they have the technology will find its own balance when people use it. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, we did recently this short film, and it was an exercise. We're like, you know, we wanted to make a full feature film when we use aliens. Like I said, we had an issue. It was like, I can't afford a full costume and stuff. So there's this new studio called Wonder Studio where you can have your you know, 3D model characters. You can act the scenes yourself, which I did, and then it mocaps your motions, and I can, you know, transpose that to my character and put it in the scenes, and boom, and we did it, and it worked. So, you know, it solved the solution. So you have to. This technology will find its way with people who would know how to use it to solve certain solutions. You know, that's what I think.
Hopefully.
But the market's gonna, like, in the end, the market's gonna be a bit oversaturated, in my opinion, because a lot of people will have the opportunity to make movies, which doesn't necessarily mean there are gonna be a lot of good movies.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a problem for the guys who are actually doing the good movies, because people won't be able to choose their content. It's just too much. So there'll be a lot of problems to solve on the way. But, okay.
I think I would worry about AI when AI becomes like you and me and Tim and whatever, like two dudes hanging out, just drink a beer, and then you have a spontaneous, idea and you just go do it. AI is not there yet. It's like a machine, it's still a machine. It doesn't have intent behind the work it does. It's like, okay, there's a problem, stuff. Just the four of us here were hanging out. We can just randomly, hey, I have an idea. And the next thing you know, we're doing it just for the sake of doing it. Correct? AI is not independent to that point yet.
Yeah. But in 6 months,
it's
going so fast.
Today, I just read an article. They made a AI algorithm that makes lip syncing. So you just use, let's say, a picture or video, random picture and video, and the character doesn't talk. But then you put it in this program. You record your audio, put it in, generate, and suddenly the character starts speaking your audio. And it's not perfect. It's, I would say, 80%. But imagine in a few months, it's going to be 100%.
We're doing that right now in Unreal Engine 5. I've been experimenting with it. I plug the face recognition thing and I can perform. I have a 3D characters. And if I want to include that in the movie, because you can use it for cinematic purposes, and I was, talking and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's cool. You could do that already, It's just, what are you using it for? That's, the creativity. That's like, what are you doing with that? And I think the YouTubers, they make things worse what they are. It's like, as soon as anything happens, you have 50,000 videos. Oh my God, AI is just this. This is the end of everything. It's like 90% of the videos in my recommended stuff is people freaking out about AI.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help neither.
It is a slippery slope with the whole AI and whatnot. I mean, getting back to that whole point of, because music kind of went the same way where people are doing AI beats and songs. There's full songs that major artists are suing, like the whole Drake and somebody else. I think it was a Weeknd or something. They made a song or something, or AI made a song, and they in a South Park episode was completely created out of AI, about AI, ironically. So I do see the scariness in that, because like you say, will they take jobs? I don't know. That's a hard line to really go either way, because it could be used for manipulation or creativity. It could go either way. It depends on, like you said, the person, but not.
Well, on the less depressing note, let's get a little bit geeky and just talk about things that we love. I saw you use the Blackmagic camera for this one, for this last movie. Did you use the 6K or?
We always use it. We use it since 2013. Our first Blackmagic camera was the 4K.
Yeah, I've been using since the first one they realized the mini.
Yeah, the 2.5K.
Yeah.
That was the first, yeah.
And this one you use the 6K or the 4K?
Yeah, the 6K.
This was the 6K.
I have the 4K, so I couldn't tell.
But listen, for us, we don't have a lot of money. So when the Blackmagic camera came out, 2012, 2013, it was just holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the DSLRs were pretty good, but the Blackmagic camera just had some, depth in the picture, and it looked really kind of
cinematic.
Cinematic, and the picture would look kind of greased up, there's film over it.
You have a lot of dynamic range.
Yeah, it has a lot of dynamic range. Yeah, the color science is great. So wow, that was always wow.
I mean, our first film, we used this camcorder. It was the best one in the market back then. Imagine a full feature movie with me and my buddy. We used the camcorder. This is 2011. You can't shoot at night, all right? We can't shoot at night because it has, shittiest the night quality. So we have to okay, we do the day for night, shoot in the evening, and it just looked like crap. But, it is what it is. And then the DSLR came out. And I remember we bought one to experiment with it. It was a T4i Canon. And then while we got it, the Blackmagic came out. And I was like, that's it, game over.
Yeah.
And then we picked up the Blackmagic Pocket, and we never looked back.
In that price range, yeah.
I mean,
there's nothing else. I mean, now the Sony is also like people are buying Sony.
Yeah.
What's the
something FS5 or something?
Yeah, I forgot, but our friend has that, and it's really good. Yeah.
Mm.
I love the Blackmagic. I don't think I was unable to look at any other camera after that. You know?
Yeah. Once you figure out it's what you need, you don't have to look around. You don't care. You just use it. Yeah.
And you know, they made, what do you call it? It's like, for me, it was like, you know, the cherry on top when they made it like you can record to an external hard drive. I was like, that's it. You know, it's a game changer. Like all these times where we go here, sometimes you drive 2 hours out and you're filming, you have like all these SD cards and you're swapping and stuff. When they did that, a big hard drive, I'm running all day nonstop. That's it.
And I'll tell you, Luka and I were always like worried. You know, would we have like a better picture with Alexa or with real serious prime lenses because we couldn't afford them? We have like photo lenses.
Yeah.
And then during the commercials that we did, we had kind of from time to time a bigger budget. So we actually rented an Alexa with, I don't know, size primes. And like, in all honesty, when we took it like to the post-production, we did the color grading, you couldn't basically see the difference.
Yeah. You can't tell the difference unless you're like a super nerd.
Yeah.
You can't. And but you have to remember your audience. You're making a movie for people who are, you know, camera illiterate.
Of course. Yeah.
So if it looks good enough for them, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, most of us,
it's always what you put in front of the camera, which counts.
That's what we learned. Yeah. Better to put money on screen, you know, just build a better set.
Props
and stuff.
Costumes.
Like that.
Yeah. To do that.
That's correct. It was a period of time where a lot of people were like super into gear fetish. You know, they were like just gear. Gear was like, okay, you're worrying about gear too much, but you're not worrying about story.
Yeah. I will say I am still kind of a gearhead.
Well, you're a sound guy. I was telling him I was watching one of your BTS and you have your sound guy taking like a room tone, and I was like, oh god, typical.
Our sound guy is also like very, very specific about these things. Like he wanted this equipment and this, and like okay, if it's important to you, okay. But I mean for the whole miniature filming on Splashback, we just used the shittiest, like the Tokina lens, right? That's like a $300 lens.
Yeah,
it's really nothing special.
But that's even a great lens compared to a wider lens that we had like 10 years back. We used it for slice out. It was like
blurry.
The edges were blurry. And the thing is, you know, I also had this kind of like transition from tech geek to kind of like not caring, just caring about story. I used to buy equipment like in the early 2000s. I was like obsessed with it, and then I thought like, now if I only buy this new lens, I'm gonna make a better commercial, right? And now, like 15 years later, we just don't care. We come to the set, we know what we're about to do, right? And then Luka said, "Oh fuck, you know, our lights are not working. We just have one light." Well, okay,
so
you know, our camera ain't working. Well, you know, we have another one in the back, whatever, you know.
We
figure it out.
I love what you just said. I understand all this shit, man. It's like, I'm glad I didn't fall for that rabbit hole before, because, you know, I collaborated sometimes with some people. Like, there was this guy, he came out of film school. It was like too specific. We were filming someone who's like, oh, I need this specific lens. I was like, why? It was like, oh, this is wide and then this is not too close. And I was like, just move the fucking tripod, you know, 10 miles this way and just, okay, now it's wide.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's it. And you got to find the solution and play with what you have. What's important is like, did I get the shot and did I get the story? Am I going forward? And that's it.
And especially at the end, we come to the guy who does the grading. We have a professional colorist, right, who grades our films.
Nice.
He intentionally blurs the picture.
Yeah.
Right? He blurs it so it wouldn't be that crisp. And then he blurs even more the edges, and then he puts a ton of grain on it, you know, and he destroys the picture in, you know,
the detail.
The detail.
But
to make it look organic and
But
like
it looks
film,
beautiful
right?
at the
And
end,
then
yeah.
it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
why even have? Yeah, I mean, you just don't need the perfect sharp lens because it's.
I
Just
mean, you need them
right?
for the commercials. He's doing a lot of commercials, so he showed us a few.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, they want like crystal clear image, you know, and stuff like that. We don't fucking care. We
Yeah,
just
and for the
want,
film,
you
it's
know,
different,
to destroy it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
make it look as much as possible like those movies we grew up on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But nowadays, you know, every camera is an awesome camera. Your iPhone camera is badass.
Yeah.
And what's the beauty is you don't have to worry about this shit anymore because post-production stuff gives you a lot of tools to play with. You have these cool softwares for free or cheap, and you can make it look like however you want.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. The most important part is like, do you have the pace? Do you have like, you know, enough footage to cover your story? Did you do, you know, that you have to focus on the fun stuff instead of like freaking out
if
about
you
a
guys
lens.
really remember, even Danny Boyle, like back in the 90s for 28 Days Later, he used the DV camera.
Yeah.
You know, like these guys, you know, or Michael Mann used the Viper film stream camera. This was one among the first digital cameras. And Fincher used for Zodiac like a Viper film stream camera, which is so inferior compared to the Blackmagic nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And you all remember how Zodiac looks.
Yeah.
It's not because of the camera, it's because of the locations, the sets, Fincher's vision, blah, blah, blah. That makes it look good. So yeah, you know, we have camera department. It's good. We're doing great. Yeah. We have all great cameras.
Like what's his name? The guy who made the movie Annabelle and Shazam. Forgot his name. Sandberg. He's a cool guy. He's like us, you know. He uses Blender. He has a Blackmagic, the small one. When he went to work for Hollywood, you know, he realized like every time I have to do a shot and I have to tell him why and all this shit. So like there's a lot of things in the credits or like last scenes or inserts. He went home, took literally the mini Blackmagic, and he filmed everything himself. Took it to, you know, and he put it in the movie. You watch the movie, you can't tell the difference. And it's a Hollywood movie shot with like these big ass cameras. It's like, if that camera can blend with these and be seamless, and he saved himself a lot of money and he didn't have to worry about explaining to the executives what the fuck he's doing. Boom. Problem solved.
Yeah.
That's great. And so what's your next project? If you have any.
Well, yeah, I mean, our wish is to make a feature film. So we're in the process of writing a feature, and hopefully this time it will be government funded because we're applying to the Croatian Film Fund with it, right? So
really,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we actually never thought about that, but then we realized we live in Croatia. We probably should do it.
Yeah.
Because everybody in Croatia is applying, you know, and they get some money.
They get the money.
And we're not in America. We're not in Croatia. Where the hell are we, right?
Yeah. I mean, nobody in Croatia is putting their own money into films. We're like the only stupid people who do it, right?
And we like spend a lot of money over the last 3 years.
I feel that pain.
When you don't do commercials that much like we used to, and we spend all our money, then you look at each other and, you know, maybe we're dumb.
I mean, actually, that's good because, you know, you already have like, you know, in your YouTube channel, you have all this coverage, all the things you did in your country and all that stuff. That's your resume right there. Tell them, look, we do things here locally. We want to like promote our own stuff and they should be able to, you know, support your project. And if it's local.
They gave us they gave us a little support. They paid us like $6,000 for the development of our feature script. So that was our first money we got from the government.
All right, that's good. Yeah, no, that's good.
It means we're in the system now.
That means we're part of the system. Don't fight the system.
Yeah. You sold out, man. That's what we call it. You sold out.
And I'm proud. That was the first smart decision in the last 10 years.
Man, Tim, we should do the same thing. We haven't gotten anything here in Texas. Everything was free.
If we could get money from the government to fund our projects, I mean, yeah, why are we not doing that?
Yeah, it means you won if you get the money from the government.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one thing here that is cool. It's called the Texas Film Commission, which I used it. You know, it's available to anyone. It helps you with locations. Like you can go there, so put your credentials and stuff, especially if you live here, you have your ID and stuff, and they will hook you up with locations, anything you need. They will hook you up with other people. They will find, you put your search criteria. I need a warehouse or whatever, or a fancy apartment. And they will connect people together and they will get you a location either for free or very cheap or subsidized some kind of way. So
that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like ours,
yeah, that's one thing we could do. So, yeah.
You should.
Yeah. And you should let us know when you start filming your next movie. Maybe we'll take a trip over there and we film our own behind the scene.
Yeah, I mean, there's always at least, I don't know, a year and a half between our projects. We're not that fast, So who knows? I mean, and the government-funded projects tend to be even slower because you gotta, apply. Then you don't pass on this. How do you say?
There's certain levels.
Yeah, and they have. There's 2 applications per year, right? And if you don't pass on one, you gotta apply on the next one. So terms, right? Yeah. So it can prolong, and who knows when this movie is gonna be.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Phase,
I mean, we're slow paced too. 2 years right now, we're still trying to finish one script. So I'm there with you. It takes time to fine tune this stuff. Yeah.
It's normal.
I know you guys you haven't done a full feature yet, but do you have any experiences with working with distributors at all?
We're probably the worst guys
to
get that question.
Okay.
Like in a garage.
Fair. I'm trying to go through it now, and it's been kind of a headache. I mean, I personally haven't been dealing with it. I have a friend who's kind of taken that pressure off, so I can focus more on just getting the quality out and stuff out. But
I told you, let me know, and I'll hook you up with ITN, dude. They distribute in California.
ITN.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
that goes the same for you guys. If you need a distributor, I know somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. We talked to a lot of people during the past years about it, and the more we talk, the more confused we are.
I know,
right?
I have a feeling that people in distributing are also confused because streamings, movie theaters, like a lot of question marks. They don't even know what's going on. They just constantly change directions. So it's kind of like a confusing time actually to be in that kind of.
Or you can stream it. Get it just in Amazon. That's it.
Yeah,
you could do that.
We actually have like a cool thing like for Splashback. We sold it to. I mean, it's not gonna be in the next 8 months on air, but we sold it to HBO Max Europe.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually the first Croatian short movie that was sold to HBO Europe. That's the first one. So that's kind of like cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get a lot of money for it. Pocket change, but. Still, the movie will have a platform, so that's cool. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, if you can answer. You said the movie is running in the festivals. Did you consider putting it on the Sundance? Because that's where usually you get able to sell your movie and stuff.
We did apply, but
we didn't get in.
Of course, I mean,
okay, I'm not surprised. We got
5 major
rejected all
festivals
the
in
time.
the world. You can't get in. I mean,
They don't care about white men in suits taking like a piss.
Yeah.
Don't open that topic. We had a long conversation about this bullshit. All this criteria of crap they have in this modern, shit fest.
But it's also long. I guess that's the problem. It's 30 minutes.
I don't think that's the issue. Believe me, I've seen
a bad movie, man. Then a terrible movie.
No, it's not a terrible movie. Like you said, maybe they have all these weird criteria and checklists they want to check. Maybe like we don't want like two dudes doing government shit, like you said.
Yeah.
But
I told Luka like he should be a woman, but he refused.
God.
Well, if we're going off the rail, let me tell you, next time make a movie, have like a transsexual dude who is like, put all the fucking weird stuff in it, and then you will get accepted. Like anything.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that topic, but I'll just say I don't have nothing against anybody. But when I see movies on streamings that are doing it on purpose, just do that kind of shit, I fucking hate it. Why are there fucking rules?
Yeah, if it doesn't add to like the film in any way, besides the fact you're just throwing it in, then why?
So it can get financed. That's
to answer your
Yeah.
question, they're doing it. They're taking advantage of the trends to get their shit.
Absolutely.
They don't care
That's
about.
not cool.
Yeah, they don't care about these topics. They don't care about Black African Americans. They don't give a shit about that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, they use it to get their movie accepted in Sundance or whatever the fuck. They use it to get funding. Oh, look, we care about these issues. No, you don't give a shit about these issues.
Yeah.
Movie makers should be able to make a movie about whatever they like, the stories. And if my story doesn't include any of these things, there are a million stories. So what do you want me to do? Every story. So they're just taking advantage of trends. Yeah, we had a long bitching session about this for a while.
There's a funny clip on the internet with Mads Mikkelsen in the movie that he did.
Oh yeah, the Danish movie.
The Danish movie. It's set like in medieval times in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
And then some reporter asked like, "How come there's no black people in your film?" He's like, "It's like there were no black people.
It's Denmark.
It's Denmark 500 years ago.
1600. Yeah.
I think someone need to invent time machine right now. So whenever someone says something stupid like this, just put them in a fucking machine. Okay, where do you want to go to? Here's Denmark in the 1400s. Go. Take your camera and film 15 minutes and come back and let's see what colors you see there. All right.
Yeah, but I get where it comes from because the truth is, like in the last 100 years, things weren't fair, and that's true. Yeah. So now they're just trying to kind of like fix it, but in a wrong way. And
they're trying to like over fix it and just make it more problems.
That's not how it's done.
Okay, flash news. Things weren't fair for thousands of years, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't undo that. It's over. Like, we gotta move on.
Yeah.
You gotta move forward. And
let just AI take over and let the robots take over.
That's what we need AI for. See, AI will be like, you humans are stupid. Okay. And this is what I'm gonna do. And that's it.
No, we need AI to invent a time machine.
That's gonna happen. Have you guys experimented with AI writing your script?
Of course, like when ChatGPT came out, of course you try like to see how smart it is.
It's not.
Like literally, I just like, please give me one good idea. Please help me, and it can't.
But also, actually, it's kind of like, like we're Croats. Our English vocabulary is not that great, right? So, for instance, when we did the NASA movie, there was no ChatGPT, and we were writing it on a typewriter. Yeah. So, we had to spend a certain amount of time just to kind of like look up on the internet for specific words people used at that time, right? And it was a fun process. So nowadays, ChatGPT can help you a bit in that regard. But what I would never do, and Luka included, is actually get ideas from it, because that's where you actually throwing away the fun part of the process. I mean, because it's fun sitting. I mean, okay, it's hard, but it's fun sitting and bouncing off ideas. Why would you ask ChatGPT? Then you're kind of like destroying your artistic process.
No, but like you can ask it. I do ask it from time to time when I'm stuck on something. But the problem is I'm never satisfied with any ideas it gives me. They're just generic.
That is true. I tried it for an experiment.
I can think of that. I want something better, right? Yeah.
It's horrible. I tried to to trap it. I was like trying to give it and the plot setups and everything. ChatGPT is researching the internet and vomiting back whatever, and he mixes stuff. So everything he gives is so generic and very not creative at all. You can't get from two guys hanging out, having a beer, and then one idea lead to another, and you can see it, how it becomes amazing. I mean, it happens to us all the time. Like, I see Tim at work, like, within 2 seconds, he says something, and I have something else, and I was like, holy crap, this is good. But ChatGPT has still to be able to do that when he's copy-pasting from the internet and analyzing.
I never would use it for plot.
No.
That's not my code. Like, you know, I don't like that.
Well, even if you try to use it, he's not going to be able to give you a nice plot.
I know, but still, fuck him, you know.
Fuck him. Wait. I think we're getting into a dangerous, we're calling ChatGPT him. So is he a person already?
Course.
I mean,
I know he's listening.
he's going to use, you see
Maybe
this?
it's a she, maybe.
Maybe it's whatever it is, whoever it is. I'm not interested.
It's the assistant. It calls itself assistant.
In its silly games.
It's a dangerous proposition. Let's hope it doesn't get.
That's why I'm using a typewriter, my friend.
Oh yeah. You're doing it the Quentin Tarantino style. Last time when he
typewriter, like Luka also has typewriters. I have 25 typewriters. It's cool.
Nice.
You know, it's tactile. It's like miniatures, but just for writing.
Yeah. No, I mean, you remember what's his name? Tarantino, when he was making his 9th movie or something, and his script was stolen for the Hateful Eight. He got hacked. And, you know, he almost didn't make the movie, and then he got pissed. And then he went back to a typewriter. He was like, screw this.
Oh, wow. That's pretty smart.
Oh, that movie was like, you know, someone stole it and leaked it, and the whole plot, you know, was gone. That's it. So he had to go back and redo the whole thing from scratch and change it.
My favorite moment when using a typewriter is spilling coffee over paper. You never get that satisfaction when you write on a keyboard.
And you get that texture, you know, that nice texture.
Yeah, no, and then when you revisit it like 2 years back, it's still there, the coffee. And you remember the process. It's personal.
You know, it's also for, 1,000 years in the future, historians can carbon date. That says, okay, these people called Slice of Life in 2024. We can carbon date that shit, and they wrote it.
I can see somebody picking out that paper and like smelling it. It's like, yes, this is an Arabic from the year 2012.
What primitive life form?
This is back when humans drank muddy waters. So I saw a video that you came. Luka, you came to California and visited the Blade Runner settings and stuff.
That was like
what year was that?
2016. I don't know. It was just my first visit to LA, and I was we were filming Slice of Life back then, so I was just like very much into Blade Runner, and I decided just to visit the locations to find them. It was just a nice touristy thing to do.
Yeah, it's the funny part for me on that video is when you noticed that there's a lot of homeless people, and I was like, okay, so it's not just me. It's not just me. So there's someone from Europe, far away, never been there. He came in the first line you said, I noticed this, and a lot of homeless people. And I was like, okay, it's not just me.
There are a lot of them,
Even now we noticed even more. Like we were now in LA, like
God,
it's terrible.
Oh,
it's gotten worse.
Did you guys visit recently as well?
Yeah, we were in USA for a month, the whole January.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay, next time you come, just come to Texas, man.
We came through Texas,
but
but
you're from Dallas, or
we're in
right?
Dallas,
right? Yeah. We just went through the upper part. We didn't go.
We're in Dallas, and we're next to the biggest international airport here, DFW. So if you come to Texas, you most likely come through there, and
that traffic sucks.
Just the 35 and the 635.
I got a question. Going back to locations. You guys were, when you filming like Slice of Life. That car went out in the green screen. Where exactly did you film most of that? Like just in your house? Did you get a studio or?
The whole Slice of Life is filmed in my garage, in my house.
Oh, okay.
Literally. Garage studio.
There's one short scene, maybe 30 seconds long, with the back alley, and that was filmed in the city, but just 30 seconds. The other 25 minutes 24 minutes and 30 seconds were filmed in the garage.
But even that, what was filmed in the city was for free because that same night we were doing a paid commercial. And after we done the commercial, we just did Slice of Life.
Very smart.
The same crew and the same equipment.
Same crew, same
Squeezed in
equipment.
a couple hours of our own filming,
Where did you get the vehicle, that car you had in your garage? It has like a bunch of ants, you were saying, and a bunch of
we had all kinds of experiences.
Did you
We
buy
just
the
bought
car?
the used car.
Oh.
It was a used car from
Citroen BX.
Citroen. It's a French
it's a
car.
French
We
car,
bought it because
Citroen.
the interior is like a very futuristic, right?
Yeah.
I know those cars because, you know, I'm originally from Algeria, so we drive only French cars. So when you said Citroen, you reminded me of my grandfather.
Future thing going on.
Yeah.
And
it was just somebody's car. It was like parked in some field out there for 10 years. It was just rusting away, right? And we brought it into the garage, and apparently there was an ant hive in there. So ants were all over the place, and
But the fun thing is, we thought we finished the shooting of Slice of Life, but then 2 years later, we figured out we didn't. Then we had to buy a new Citroen BX. In Croatia.
You bought 2 cars for this?
Yeah. So did we get it like from Serbia?
I don't remember when.
We got it like from like, I don't know.
yes, Serbia next door.
Yeah, we had to buy a second piece of.
Oh my God!
shit like
Because,
that.
we threw the first one.
Yeah.
Away.
In the splash bag, there is a technique that you guys used. I mean, I've been like, you know, contemplating for a while. I knew it has some good applications because I have a projector here. But when I saw you guys using it, and it was really good and convincing, using projection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you had the scenes with the car and, you know, the main character with the mustache, you know, and all those angles.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty amazing, you know, doing the sky and all that stuff.
It's a much cheaper way. I mean, you can use obviously LED panels, like now it's very popular with the Mandalorian and stuff like that, but that's obviously expensive. You gotta rent the huge LED panels, and that can get expensive. So cheaper way would be to use a projector, right? So we just used it was just like a normal HD projector that you would use at home to watch movies. It's not some special powerful one, and it still worked. I mean, it would be better to have a more powerful projector, much stronger one,
and actually to project it from behind, do a back projection.
Yes,
because this way the rays are always like touching your actors, and you have to block the light. And it's always tricky. A weird angle. It's tricky, right? But it's cheaper because, like, for the back projection, you have to have a big projector. You have to have a special
canvas that's like semi-transparent, right? If you want to do it from the back.
But the back projection also, it helps the light also hits your actors and stuff. So it kind of it makes it more realistic because they're getting the bounce back from it.
I would say it happens from the front as well, because it bounces as well from the screen. But the problem is, the main problem is you got to light your scene. You got to light your actor with additional lights. And then these lights spill, on the projection, which makes the blacks not be as black, right?
Yeah.
And that's the main problem. So you got to be very, very careful where you put the lights and try to minimize the amount of light spill.
So it doesn't dim the projector light, makes it less translucent. But I think it worked out pretty good for you because also the movie was black and white.
Yes, that helped as well.
Because when I saw the setup, but when you see the cut of the scene and the black and white and the color grading, it looked really good.
Yeah.
So I think that helped a lot. Cheating it.
Black and white does hide a lot of problems. That's true. Yeah. So it was a good decision.
So, I was gonna ask, why did you go black and white?
Just for the fun of it.
It fitted the story.
It fit the story. We just felt it's a black and white movie. I don't know.
But actually, it helps with miniatures. I mean, Slice of Life was done during nighttime, so that helped with the believability, right? But when you do daytime and it's not black and white, you're more exposed. Like, you have more problems to solve. You have to be really careful with the colors, with all the color palettes. Yeah, you have to have very fine detail in the miniatures, I guess.
But I think splashback would work in color as well. I mean, everything was filmed in color, and all the miniature shots, I did the post-production in color up until the point when it was graded into black and white, right? So we have the color version. And I mean, it worked. It could work as a color movie still. So
yeah.
But just like black and white just kind of pushes it a little bit further.
But also the problem is we always planned to do it like a black and white movie. So when doing the costumes and stuff like this, not everything is quite perfect because, you know, we hadn't like 20 black suits. We had 15 black suits, 2 brown suits, 3 gray suits, you know.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about the costumes. That's correct.
Yeah. You have to be really careful. You have to have a higher budget for costumes, obviously.
Yeah.
And in black and white, you can get away with much more stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's I didn't think of that. That's good. You don't have to care. You know, there's a brown suit. Who cares?
Yeah, it looks black.
Yeah. Like imagine like the presidential security guys, and suddenly 2 guys with brown suits and 1 in a gray suit. Like, doesn't the government have money like for suits?
That's not very professional, guys.
Yeah.
But so we got to watch a lot of the making of this thing. But so when do we get to see it, man?
That's the question everybody asks.
I mean, because you gave us so many coverage, you know, binge watching those videos. It was super fun. I enjoyed it so much. And you see a lot of scenes and stuff. And I was like, I want to watch this movie now.
Yeah. But unfortunately, not for a while, because you know how it is with festivals. When you got to have like a year or 2 of the festival run. And if you upload it to YouTube, then it just... festivals don't want to take it because it's publicly available, right? So it's always like you're gonna have to be a bit more patient still.
But we're thinking maybe I mean, yesterday when we were drunk, so don't take this like something certain, but we were drunk and then you usually get great ideas. So one of our ideas was to do kind of like a live screening for our followers on the channel just once, you know, for the people who really want to see it, you know, just to see it. So, you know, that'd be great. But
I demand a private link so I can watch it.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, man, that's actually a good idea. If you do a live premiere, so-called, people can watch it. I mean,
obviously, people can just record it. I don't think that we are... I mean, if we had a bigger audience... I think it would be okay to be worried about it. I don't think we have that big of an audience, so I don't know. Nothing will probably happen. Even if somebody uploads it to YouTube, nobody would care.
Yeah.
So because we're a small channel, but
actually, you can do.
How can you be sure with these things? I mean,
no, you can do a what do you call it, like a live premiere, but like with invitations. So you can invite specific people and give them a link. And they just sit and watch it, and people that you think, they just want to watch it and nothing to do with it.
But how do we don't know the people who are fans of our channel. There's like a couple thousand people who will want to watch it. We don't know them personally, so
do a private link and just invite us. I'll watch it.
I'm afraid we know you now, but the other people.
Yeah. It's a good idea, man.
Don't think about it.
It's a good idea.
I get that. Speaking of, you shout out where people can find your YouTube or what your YouTube and all that is.
The name of the channel is Slice of Life, like the movie, like the first science fiction movie that we did. And you can watch the Slice of Life movie there and a bunch of making of videos about it. And now the making of videos about the new movie. So that's basically it. We also have an Instagram page. It's also called Slice of Life. So it's not hard.
It's easy to find. Just type Slice of Life.
Yeah.
And
not slice of pizza.
Slice of pizza, slice of life. And one more thing before I let you go. We don't want to hold you too long. I need a pack of cigarette with the Slice of Life logo thing that you did. I need that.
We made just a couple of them for the production, and they're like, I don't even know where they are. These are like actual props from the film, right? There's maybe one of them, but that's like that one is ours. We cannot give that one away. Although I can send you the design. I still have the design, Photoshop design that I did. So you can print
for the pack
yourself and just put it. Yeah.
Important is you have to know which one, because there's this 80s edition, right, for Slice of Life, and there's this 60s edition for splashback.
That's right. Because you use it again in splashback, so twice.
And it's a soft pack. We didn't use a hard pack, right? We used the soft pack of cigarettes. So
because we only have printer paper.
I was gonna say, I hate soft packs, but for this case, I'll take a pack of Slice of Life.
We actually love soft packs because we never had money, so we were always buying cheap cigarettes, and they were in soft packs. So that's why we love soft packs.
Oh man, oh shit, that was.
And
good.
we used the cheapest Croatian cigarettes to put them in. So actually, when you're smoking slices, you're smoking Filter 160. It's called Filter 160, and they're the cheapest cigarettes there is, like on the entire planet. And there's trash. Like a good few years and you get cancer. That's a certainty.
I don't know, man. In Algeria, we had soft pack. It's called Reem. It's the worst cigarette on the planet.
Okay, that's it. That's the same thing we're talking about.
When you smoke it, you get that hint of like communism, old school, like crap, and then you die next day. Okay. Somehow people didn't die, so whatever. But yeah, it was terrible. I remember the smell of that shit. It was just not good.
That stays with you.
Yeah.
And it was soft pack. I guess that's why I hate soft packs. Thanks, guys, so much, man. That was really good.
Yeah,
and really thank you for agreeing to join us. This was a pleasure.
Thanks for inviting us. We like to talk about movies, so that's
obviously.
And like I said,
we can talk about much more other themes, but it's at least one topic we're good at.
That's but like I said, you're welcome next time. If you stop by Texas, look us up. We'll take care of you. And maybe we'll shoot a movie together or something.
You never know.
We're always up to shooting stuff.
Judgment Day.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere here. You can't see them, but there's gear everywhere on the floor. It's I'm using a light, right here.
Yeah.
So there's everything. All right.
As you can see, we would need more light. We don't have that many lights.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's too dark here.
I had I had to bust out a bunch of standee lights. I have one over there, and I was like, because it was dark.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to use the room light. I'm going to light myself up. It's an instinct.
I just opened a window. I got natural light going on.
This is
sound
like
guy.
The usual setup in European dramas.
Natural light.
No, that's a sound guy who owns nothing but sound gear.
I couldn't afford lights. I forgot to pay the electric bill. Using a generator.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We'll hope to see you again. And please let us know if anything new happens. I would love to get news from you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.